Hello, this is a podcast. I think this is my first podcast. This is my
Mine
friend.
too.
This is my friend Ollie Chang. We went to school together when we were 14. We met in Bali. I was in Kuta, which at the time was the only cool place to be in 1992, I think it was. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And then I went up and sung with the band. And Ollie was in the crowd, and he was the cool guy in school, and I was new to Singapore. And then he said, "Hey, you sing well. Why don't you come sing in our band?" And I went and sang for his heavy metal band. And then we were in a band for many years. And then we were supposed to go to LA and rock up and down Sunset Strip because we were in a heavy metal band. But instead, my dad made me become a chartered accountant. But we had a little test case because Ollie went into music.
And since then, he has become a tech lord, and I've become a composer. He's been a tech lord for 30 years. I've been a professional composer for 30 years. And we've had very different lives. We've dovetailed into one another's lives as musicians, as friends, as collaborators over the years. And now we're here today to talk about music, AI and music, and why we want to tell the stories that we want to tell through music and how to do it.
Yeah. So let's
Yeah.
talk to each other. So, I mean, look, this happened
Yeah.
because I asked you,
Yeah.
because you're at my place in Bali now, and you know, I enjoy it when you come over to the house because then I get to do recording and we
Yeah.
record songs together. And
Yeah.
we've got songs that we recorded together when we were 16, and we've got, you know, songs we've recorded together.
Yeah.
You know, for Kai Mata, we did a couple of songs.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that. And so I said to you, let's do more music, and can we do more music? And then you started talking about Suno and how that can help with, because I'm a singer-songwriter who's not a producer. You're a singer-songwriter and a producer. And we opened up Suno and clicked a couple of buttons, and it came up with the song.
Yes.
And I was surprised how good the song was. And it was better than, you know, there's shit musicians and there's, you know, okay musicians and there's great musicians. I think it was in the okay musician.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
And
The only thing that I would say is that it was very generic, and you know, it was a blues rock tune. We can play it later if you want, but and Luke said, you know, asked, well, why couldn't somebody just keep pressing the button, and out of 1,000 songs, you know, one of them being a hit, which does happen, by the way. But
it happened in Denmark, right? You're saying there's a song in Denmark that was a button push.
Yeah,
it's number one.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a folk song. Either Denmark.
Nothing against the Danes, by the way. That's not.
It may
Freddie.
Not be Denmark.
That's not. You're not shit.
It may be Sweden, but anyway. So
Scandinavians, you're okay.
Yeah,
you're not shit.
But the difference between that blues rock track and Buddy Holly, and even to go further, the difference between listening to that digital asset, which is a blues rock track that sounds pretty good, albeit generic, is very different to watching, say, Buddy Holly or BB King in the room play a 12-bar blues track. Like, that would arrest you. They have been doing that as a daily practice.
But BB King got. But this is what we were talking about earlier. I think let's just talk about the screen.
Yeah.
BB King became BB King.
Yeah.
Because people liked his music, and actually, maybe it's. I mean, when you see, was it because he was performing live a lot?
Yeah, he was turning up every night at the bar, playing his song, even when nobody knew him, to one other person, maybe to an empty room when he first started.
So the question I'm pondering is, why am I excited about Suno and its ability to bring songs that I've written? I write a lot of songs. My son, you know, Leo now plays really well, drums and guitar, and so I write songs, and I want to write with Leo and Layla, my two kids, and Lucia, even though she's not as musical as the other two. She is as musical, she just doesn't do it. So I got excited about Suno because it can produce these songs really quickly and easily. And then I got angry that it can produce a billion songs that's going to make the whole of Spotify a graveyard of crap. When all these people come, and I see this on LinkedIn as well, right? So the people come in and say, well, I'm just going to spam as many times as possible that I'm some sort of tech exec, and hopefully get someone to pay me some money. And people do pay the money, because that's what fucking annoys me. And I was annoyed about Suno being so good at music, because I knew that there are people out there who will be releasing 100,000 songs, hoping that one of them will, for some reason, catch. And so that made me start to ponder, what is it to write a human song and what is it to write an AI song? Are they the same?
Well, Can you
write one?
Yeah.
Can humans by nature, are they better than AI? I'm not sure.
So let's zoom out. Right. Let's zoom out for a second. With the way technology and AI is going, I would posit that a digital asset by itself will become worthless. Doesn't matter how good it is, doesn't matter what it is. It could be a piece of music, it could be a story, it could be a film. Like it.
No, but we talked about this before.
Yeah.
A digital Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
It's not worthless because when I hear it, I recognize it and I like it.
Because you had an experience as a child getting drunk with your friends going, what the hell? This is an operatic song. And then you fell in love.
How's that going to happen now?
So experience, community and experience. So if music is related to some kind of experiential moment or some kind of human relationship.
So I'll see the band live, then I'll seek out the digital.
Possibly.
That's what happens.
That's one way it could do it. Or you could be, at a weekly soiree and, somebody pulls out a song and you have this profound conversation and you always connect that song with that profound conversation. But it's because there was a soiree and you had a community event and were connecting and have a memory associated with that physical human experience.
Let's say there's a song and it was out of 10 quality, 6. I think if you play it over and over again, it can get to 7 or 8 in your head.
But who's listening to it and why are they listening?
Let's say I was listening to it on the radio.
Okay, but how did it get to radio?
For the sake of argument, let's say this is before AI.
Okay.
So you've got 2 different songs.
Yeah.
One is the quality of the song is 5 and the other quality of the song is, let's say, 8.
Yeah.
If you listen to the 5 over and over again, it becomes a 6 or 7 in your head. I think it just does.
Yeah.
But if I play the 5 once to you, you'll say that's shit because it's a 5. And so do I have to create an 8 so that when I play it for the first time, that time you think that's amazing because you're not going to hear it many times?
No, I don't agree. I think it's 2 words. I think it's status and affiliation. I think if you make a song that's at a 5, 6, or 7 or 8, higher the better, and it has some kind of status, meaning, somebody famous, somebody who somebody else respects, associated with it, or, wait, let me finish, affiliation. You can't wear a clown costume to a funeral. So people like us do things like this. So if that song...
I would wear a clown costume to a funeral.
So to be remarkable, he's wearing a clown costume to a funeral and rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. So then Insane Clown Posse comes to your YouTube channel and goes, oh my God, look at this guy. He's wearing a fucking clown to the fucking funeral. Let's go check out his music. That has affiliation because, you're wearing a clown to a funeral.
Does that mean that these influencers are going to be the ones who get cut through with their songs?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Because they already have the crowd?
I think crowd is crowd and music is music. I think a story, a human story that somebody has that is sticky and resonates with other people enough for them to want to share it.
Because she didn't. All the record labels said no to her, and Madonna didn't, and then she became big, and it was a big album of the year.
It's the same story again and again. It's like, people who are on the fringe and push boundaries are going to get rejected again and again. But if they keep trying and keep turning up to a community that cares and builds that community,
so the way of doing that,
you get Alanis Morissette.
The way you're doing that, therefore, must be face to face.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'll throw a million songs at a million walls and see which sticks.
Absolutely. Must be face to face. Yeah. And increasingly harder and harder face to face from social media or from any kind of digital asset. So, yes, you can share something that people resonate with on social media, but it's never going to compare to being arrested in the room with somebody.
So if you're an emo, let's say you're an emo muso, ADHD, introvert, you don't want to go and play on stage. You're just sad and crying and writing your songs.
Yeah.
But one of them is a masterpiece because your pain is in the song.
Yeah.
And how do they get their song out there in amongst the million push button Suno songs because that guy has feeling, right? Or girl.
Yeah.
And that really is a nice thing for that feeling most of the songs I ever wrote was about, breaking up with my girlfriends, love and all sorts of things. And I think that's a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
But they're not going to go out face to face. So how do you identify them as human and not? And they release their one song into, because it matters. Like when you really put feeling into a song, it takes a longer time to write than the one we just wrote on Suno, where I went click and it was done.
Yeah. Well, you know what that introverted person can probably do? They could probably cry, and they could probably cry in a way that AI can't cry, and that emotion on video or whatever it is. And what I mean by that, I'm being I'm exaggerating, but basically, if you mix the introverted sad person crying into their song, that's very, very difficult for AI to replicate.
To storytell it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not only in the words or in the music or the genetics of the song, in the actual sonic quality of how they cry, right? So and the inflections in their particular voice, and mixed with
much
quality songwriting, that's good.
I know how difficult it is to produce because I can't do it. I tried a few times and I suck at it. You've done it for 30 years. Kipper Eldridge, who's at the Green School, who I've recorded with once or twice,
who recorded Sting,
who was Sting's producer, has done it many times.
Yeah.
And these guys are, you and him are both bulletproof at doing that. For the muso kid in his bedroom, he can either work out how to make his voice sound good on a mic and be authentic, and you can hear his tears, or he'll sing one or two notes into Suno and it'll create his voice for him, and it may sound better than he's able to record it on a mic, and that's sad, right? Because then you lose it.
But I would say that if he has a story, whatever it is, if he has a story that means something to him enough that it also means something to somebody else, that will still resonate.
Won't AI just analyze that everyone has ADHD and write a story about ADHD and everyone go, oh, that's, I've got ADHD too?
Maybe, but then that would be a boring story because everyone's got it. It would be general.
But no. But it would resonate, right? So that song with the blue collar work song, right? That resonated with a disenfranchised America blue collar worker who is thinking my life's going backwards, which is one of the reasons Trump got elected, and that's why that song resonated. And so if you've got some sort of ADHD, which Lydia has it, so I'm being facetious, but
I have it. Everybody has it.
I have it. I've suddenly got it.
Everybody got it.
But the people who genuinely have it, I think, will resonate. But AI will know. Well, I think it'll be able to do that.
But it's not just. But it's not just about ADHD. As an ADHD person, I'm not going to listen to a song about ADHD and go, "Oh my god!"
When did you have ADHD?
Say that I did.
Did you do an online test?
Say I had ADHD and I heard a song about ADHD. I'm not going to go, "Oh my god!"
Have ADHD.
Oh my god! It's a song about ADHD. That's me. No, it's going to be much more specific. It's going to be like, oh, this person drinks too much coffee and he's a generalist and he's trying to do all these things and he doesn't have enough time and his mum's getting him to do carpentry and then he's trying to balance that with this that and the other very specific things.
Let's move on from the ADHD because we're going to trigger some people.
So then yes, that might resonate with me because it kind of it's speaking about something deeper to do with.
But the question is, how can you,
or a relationship?
How can you make sure that the human is identified as human and is valued as a human above a million button pressing AI songs? Because we've heard the AI song and it's good.
Well,
and it's not. You can't, like the layperson or anybody really won't be able to tell that it's.
I think fatigue. I think there's going to be a huge amount of fatigue about consuming digital. Coming back to the digital, any digital asset, whether it's art, music, fashion, whatever.
But this is the sad thing, right? So a million of these people who you see on LinkedIn, or the guys who are do every day 996 guys are going to be vomiting nothing but songs, and then the kid in his bedroom, his one song that's genuine is going to go with those, and it might not be as good. He might not be a good songwriter yet, and it's going to get lost, and he's going to get fucked by AI.
That's too bad for the kid. The kid
is it? Do you think that he's
the thing is if the first of all, I think that the LinkedIn button pusher is going to have an unhappy life, and that's a bad thing for humanity because if everyone's there, we enter it.
Is that just like saying the rich man's not going to heaven, and so we don't feel bad?
No, I just think it's boring doing this. It's much funner doing this. And it's, as a human experience, it's better for somebody to do that. And I also, and this comes back to a really important point, is that when you're making music with AI, what it understands is sonic information. So the way that you or the kid will articulate how they cry into a song and how they draw out their S and how they always giggle after they say, mama or whatever it is, then those are little blueprints that integrate themselves into that personal story of that songwriter. So the button pusher is not going to be able to do that because, to do that, you need to go, oh, I want to have a giggle that has, 530 hertz at, in a sine tone with a string theory. Like,
think about Stockake and Water.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what they did.
Yeah.
The Bananarama.
That's what Suno is.
Yeah.
With a personality, with a status and affiliation. But they're using Kylie Minogue, Bananarama, they're using pop stars. Mm-hmm. So they've got status and affiliation.
But there wasn't many of them. Now you can have millions of them. And I'm wondering whether what I hope is true is that I was never able to record and release songs until you stayed with me or until I went and worked with Kipper on one, right? Which means since I've been in Bali, I've released maybe 3 or 4 songs. Done some with Leo, it's been fantastic. If I can somewhat replace your or Kipper's production skills, which is never what I valued both of you as songwriters.
Yeah.
But if I can replace the production skills, I can release, let's say, 1 a month.
Yeah.
I could release 20 of my songs that I've written on my iPhone, and I just haven't finished.
Okay.
So what I hope is that Suno will turn me into a prolific finisher of songs.
If you write a song every day.
Yeah. If I have a daily practice and do it, but even if I take my back catalogue that I haven't released.
Yes, 100%.
So then
start with that.
How does that enhance music rather than take away from it? Because what I don't want to happen is this dude in his bedroom gets disheartened with all of the easy crap out there that he doesn't play, or playing's hard.
Okay,
learning how to guitar is hard and he won't do it.
Yeah, exactly. So let me ask you this. This dude in the bedroom, say that dude, the child is you. Like, why are you writing music?
I think I first wrote it because I missed my girlfriend. Like, honestly.
Okay, there we go. So you missed your girlfriend. So you wrote a song in your bedroom because you missed your girlfriend. So that meant something to you and maybe your girlfriend as well. Hopefully, probably your girlfriend.
She thought she's trash.
Right? So that's like 2 people, right? And so if you keep doing that, and instead of writing 1 song to your girlfriend, you write 10, one of them might be good enough for you to get your girlfriend back, or at least for her to listen to it, for it to resonate exceptionally, for her to play it to her friend.
So in startup world, you're building an app that helps you to do something, and then you hope that it scales to lots of people and you make a lot of money.
Yeah, if it helps those people, if it improves their lives, yes.
I've made a bunch of money, and you've made a bunch of money from music. I've made a bunch of money from business.
Yeah.
So,
because we improve people's lives, we somehow, we.
But me writing a song in my bedroom about missing my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Not everyone has the luxury of what I'm doing, which is writing music as a hobby. And
but they still have the time to write a song in their bedroom.
But But what drives, I think, some of them is, can I do this permanently and make a living from it?
Right. So that's.
And if you can't make a living from it,
not
as many people will go into it, and the humans will lose music.
Well, to an extent.
Or will it increase because now I've produced 20 songs?
Well, this is turning into a political discussion, but basically, if you wake up and you either make it your habit to write a song, or you're, inextricably linked to wanting to write a song every day, then you're going to write a lot of songs, and that's going to be a good life because you're in a state of flow and you're happy.
Would you write lots of songs? Yeah. Let's say you could write songs with Suno, but it was impossible for anybody except you to listen to them. So nobody would ever listen to them, ever, except for you. Would that be worth?
That's a personal question. Are you asking me a personal question?
Yeah. Would you do music?
Yes. So, the main reason, and I've gone through this, that the main reason, like, I, sit by myself at a piano when nobody else is listening, is to feel my mood. And if I'm feeling a bit stressed or anxious, it soothes my anxiety. And these are physiological chemical reactions that are happening in my body, and why I write the music. So even if nobody's listening to it, it has these kind of physiological effects on me, which is why I do it.
So you do it no matter what.
Yeah.
And so if that's true, then my entry into the world of Music AI, which I'm launching today, is worth it for the craft of my songwriting and my meditative state, because I do the same thing. I sit at the piano and play.
It's soothing.
You know,
it feels good.
You know, but I don't play every day. Leo plays every day. I don't play every day anymore.
Yeah, well,
why don't I?
Well, because you haven't made it your habit. You need to make it your habit.
Well, look, moving the drum kit next to the piano is
exactly.
Fun, you know?
And actually, this is a really important pro tip. Actually,
boys and girls,
half of making art is to set up the environment to be able to make the art. So if I get to a new place, like I came set up at your place here, I'll make it my business to make sure that the space is clear, that I have every lead plugged in. And this is like a whole separate project. So I'm not even thinking about music. It's just like the housework of making art. It's like, do I have every lead? Is this monitor position in the right place? Do I have, good ergonomic seat to sit in? Do I have a nice view? Is there good airflow? Is there good light? Is there, all of these things? Do I have the leads so that when I wake up in the morning and I have like a burst of morning energy and optimism, I have the environment set up to go, blah, 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 before I get tired. Yeah,
that's why we've set one up in my house, because then you'll come to my house and I get to hang out with you.
Exactly. Yeah. But also with the drum kit next to the piano, that's another really good example. It's like, okay, how are we going to create an environment so that if we on a whim, Leo can hop on the drums, you and I can get on guitar and piano, or just you and Leo can play, or just me and Leo, or you and me, whatever. It's there, so it's easy. The accessibility to make the art is a no-brainer.
But when we did play it the other day and we had guests around, they all went far away and didn't listen to it.
Because we were playing cacophonous blues. Yeah.
Tell me how. I mean, that's a valid point to sort of to note. But going back to AI, you've made a lot of money from a lot of different types of music, from songwriting, film scores to chicken techno. How has AI changed it? Because it's
so basically now
some and some has been a victim to it, right?
Yeah. So I mean, who knows what the future holds? But the reason I'm really excited by it is, because I have ADHD, whatever, I want to write a million different things, right? So now I can write a million different things, and my singing voice, my humble singing voice, can become a choir of 1,000 people.
Your voice is pretty good.
Thanks, man. Or it can become like an Indian classical singer, or whatever fancy I follow, or whatever the theme or story that I'm trying to tell within a piece, I can do that. I can do it. So what it means now is that, and this is really important, I can't just push a button and write the piece of music I want to write. It's going to be a generic.
But some of your revenue is decreased, right?
Yeah,
Why?
Revenue. That's a separate issue. We'll talk about that.
But that's the death of some part of a musician's income.
Yeah. But we'll talk about that separately, right? So the creative process is that now, instead of sitting there and writing the chords and the melodies and thinking about the arrangement and the sections, the ABA, CBA structure, whatever it is, and then fleshing it out and putting all the bells and whistles on it and thinking about all these the minutiae of production and delivering a finished product, instead of having to do all of that, all I need to focus on is the blueprint, is the melody, is the chords, is the richness of the sound, is the lyrics, is the whatever it is that I'm trying to write. The orchestration, the arrangement. Is it a full choir? Is it a what? Is it a boy or girl?
And in theory, if you teach me Suno well, I would be in a position to pitch for some of the music business that you've previously been getting, which means thousands of others will, which is why that music for film ambient has gone in a more difficult way.
Yes. So the music industry is changing radically, right? So, and I think the way the whole world is going, not just the music industry.
What will happen to the music industry, in your opinion, then?
I think it'll become more. It depends what kind of musician you are, but I think it's more about world building. And when I say world building, I mean kind of visual, sonic, and experiential building. So that and that can be so basically by that I mean it's not enough to just sit there and write a song. You need to write a song. You need to have a whole universe mapped out of the people like us do things like this. We go to music festivals in the forest and we dress up in natural dyed shirts and we.
You're talking about Leon Dream shirts?
I am maybe talking about Leon Dream shirts, yeah. And then and it's a whole world. So it has a visual, it has a world of community. It has a world of music that that you can only really kind of figure out when you're with the community, right? So it's a dialogue. So if I sit in my studio and write a whole bunch of songs that I think people are going to love and never play it to them, I'll never really know if they love it. But if I go to the community in the festival, in the forest, with the shirts, with the sound system, and play it, they're either going to dance or they're not going to dance, or they're either going to sit there and go or they're going to go away.
You're a DJ. You have a rapid feedback loop of what they like, and you can use that. But then, the gatekeepers of the music industry were always the labels because they did the production and put it on radio, and that's gone.
It's gone.
And yet they still prevail. I thought that
they won't.
We thought that Spotify would get rid of them, and they're stronger than ever.
Yeah, no, but that's being diluted like never before. So everybody's getting diluted. Spotify, I think
what's the future of Spotify?
I think the future of Spotify is, it's unknown. Nobody can tell the future, but I think it's going to become diluted into a big pile of muck. It may have, like every platform. I don't think Spotify is a Google. I think something else will replace Spotify because Spotify is selfish and they don't allow true connection between the artist and the listener. Like, you can't directly reach out to the listener.
Mm-hmm.
I think if a platform
Why not? What do you mean?
Because I can't see the individuals that are listening to my music and create a conversation and offer to send them a vinyl or something they're gatekeeping selfishly, right?
By controlling the algorithm.
Yeah, and also access to the artist by the fan, by the listener, right? So on Instagram.
So what replaces it?
SoundCloud,
is that more
TikTok and Instagram are currently replacing it because there's a direct relationship between the artist and the listener.
And will that happen way more because it's video? You'll see.
Yeah.
I suppose AI video is also pretty good, but
no. But I mean, I think again, it comes back to the world that we live in digitally, and then the world we live in physically, and I think more and more people will get fatigued. They're going to get sick of being interrupted. They have their own lives to lead, and what I've seen in festival culture specifically is a fierce hunger for people to connect in a beautiful natural environment, person to person, face to face, without any.
What is the digital song therefore is then the post experience remnants of
post or pre. I mean, there's still other communities. That's just that one community. Like there's soirees.
We've always had bands bands have always toured, right?
Yeah.
And the way they tour around all the universities and small towns of America boosts the sales. And so how is it different? Because that's always happened. Why is it? What is it? Just more important now, the live?
I think more and more it's just going to become essential. It's going to even for a DJ that is semi-live. There is. I would argue that a really good DJ is uses the turntables like instruments, but I think that is not going to be enough.
We're already seeing if you must see this in the DJ world.
Yeah.
Just a very hot chick.
Yeah.
Behind the DJ booth.
Yeah.
Or some influencer who's not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Are we just going to get more and more of that? Because AI should be able to look at the crowd and, to an extent, play the right things.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly think that if you go into any space, and yes, I do think I did have a vision of hardware being developed so that it could scan the room, tap into people's devices, tap into their Spotify preferences, figure out not only the artists that they loved, but the genetic blueprints of the melodies and kind of and genre and style of things that people like, and then create original music to draw them into the dance floor, right? So I do think.
Does that exist? That's cool.
That doesn't exist.
How would you do that? I mean, proximity. You need to access.
Yeah. I mean, I think that will be a thing, but it will never be as much as because humans are unexpected. We love doing things that are weird and unexpected. We don't like getting things that are cookie cutter. We don't like that. We like things being a bit unusual.
Neither do I, but do humans?
Yeah.
Aren't most humans?
I think
wanting a cookie cutter?
Again, no, it's boring. It's just you wake up, you have the same thing every day. It's boring. You want something? What? I didn't expect that. That's cool. Got a bit of lime and chili in it. You know,
is that a unique thing to the human condition, or is that you and I growing up around the world?
No. I think humans want something unexpected. I think they want it's intrinsically human.
I suppose by nature that's harder for AI to do.
Yeah.
So when I go into Suno
Yeah.
and write my songs,
Yeah.
let's say I write 10 songs and I pick the 3 best ones. Then you're saying, so what I should therefore do is learn those songs, maybe grab my friend Jeff and say, hey, let's play these songs in my new new band.
Yeah.
And then just invite people over for a dinner party and play it at the dinner party.
100%. That's exactly what you should do. Because you've got it right here, you've got a beautiful place.
And that would be awesome for me and for the dinner party.
Yeah.
Well, if they like it.
But
But it wouldn't be a way that I would launch a music career in the way that they did in the past. So
it doesn't matter. I think it's a start.
But what if we lose those? Like if
it doesn't matter. Like it's always changing. Things get lost and they get found. And
it might do. But let's take if you're looking at law, right?
Yeah.
The junior grunts in law firms are replaced by AI now.
Yeah.
So that's cool because the senior lawyers are like super valuable.
Yeah.
And in fact, there's so much more legal stuff going on that they need more lawyers now. But then if the junior guys are hollowed out and aren't used, then when the older guys die, no one's coming in.
Let's go back to
and if that's music, then what?
Let's go back to your dinner party. So the dinner party thing is an incredibly good idea because basically, as long as it has tempo, and I think that's the really important thing. But by tempo, I mean it doesn't happen now and again. It's like every week. It's like every fortnight. You know that on Thursday, on Friday, or Saturday, whatever, at 6 p.m., there's going to be like this sick dinner party. There's going to be a mix of old and new people. There's going to be this thing that happens musically with Luke and Jeff, and it's going to happen every single week on a Saturday, or every single fortnight on every other Saturday of the month.
But let me interject quickly.
Yeah.
When we were in London, when I lived there as a student, there were 2 guys, Armin and Arby.
Yeah.
Both amazing piano players. They both sat down at the same piano and played.
Yeah.
And then I was there singing and whistling, and someone else had a trumpet or something. And we had such an amazing evening. We talked about the evening for ages. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And similar thing happens when we
imagine if that was every week.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
So another example is my Uncle Fritz.
Yeah.
Whenever anyone comes to the chalet, he's like, Luke will play you some guitar now. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And sometimes he misreads the room. Like, no, like, you don't want to be like, I'll play some guitar now. Like, fuck off. We tried to recreate Armin and Arby evening in London, and it fell flat.
Doesn't matter. Like, the thing is you're going to have some. It's going to have. Yeah, you force it.
Serendipitously happen. Like,
no, you have to. It has to be part of a discipline. So, and the other really fun way to do it, and I know, say open mic night. Yeah, it can. I like the idea of a fortnightly or weekly event that if you come, you must do something.
You must fight.
You must fight. You must say a poem. You must play a song. You must do something. Show a piece of art. Show a fucking drawing.
You're forcing the introverts to not be a part of this group.
Okay,
then they'd be freaking out so much they wouldn't want to do it.
Okay, so then you can have the people who don't, and then the people who do, and then you create a
people
hierarchy.
Who do are better than the people who
status.
don't. Got it.
You create status. So now you've got something. We're working with something, right? So, and it's interesting.
But let's say, okay, back to my exploration with Suno. So I'm writing original songs that I'm playing at the dinner party. Who wants to listen to my original songs? They want to listen to the shit they all know. When we played Great Balls of Fire, everyone loved it because they understand Jerry Lee Lewis.
No.
When I played my own just random blues, they went.
No. I disagree. I think people.
Isn't that what happened though when we played last week?
No, I think we were playing poorly. That's why people left.
Fuck you. Because I know I got it.
No, we haven't played for ages. Like I was getting.
We were pretty good.
No, we're pretty good. I just like. Well, I'm out of practice. We're all out of practice.
I think they heard.
The more you do it, the better you get.
I think they heard Great Balls of Fire and liked that.
Yeah.
And then when it became generic blues jam,
it became noisy.
Yeah. But they didn't recognize it.
Yeah. But but good artists.
Why would I write songs? Maybe I should learn Little Richard songs.
Yeah, you could do that if you want.
Instead of
you have
using
to choose,
Suno to.
Yeah.
Because if my exploration with Suno.
Yeah.
And this conversation.
Yeah.
Has led me to think there's very little point in trying to create an original song that hundreds of people listen to because there's so much shit out there. And therefore, if you're pivoting to what is probably a much nicer scenario of dinner party music, therefore, knowing your audience and what they want to hear is what's familiar,
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe you just slip in an original every now and then and see how they feel about it.
yeah,
But then why would you write the original?
I think it comes down to making better art, right? So if you've got a dinner party here and people are listening to the music and they're staying here and enjoying it, you're making good art. If they walk away, you're making less good art. So what you need to do is make better art so they stay and then go over there and sit down and listen to it.
If the definition of good art is what people want to listen to and stay.
That's it. That's what it is. Yeah.
But Lydia's done many a painting where people have stood up and said, "I hate this."
Yeah.
She considers that good art. She loves that reaction.
Yeah, but they're standing up and saying something. There's going to be a reaction.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But walking away from something doesn't mean it's not good.
No, that's true. But if it depends what you want to do. Like, who's it for? Well,
My question-
who are you seeking to serve?
My question when we sat down
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
using Suno AI
Yeah.
to boost my songwriting proficiency and ability,
Mm-hmm.
production ability, meaning that I could produce songs quicker and easier that have been on a notebook or in my little notes thing.
Yeah.
But then when we started talking about it more,
Mm-hmm.
it became clear that I had to examine why was I doing it.
Yes.
And if the reason for doing it is to try and be a famous rock star, then A, that might not have been a valid reason in the first place,
Yes.
but B, that doesn't happen in the same way anymore.
So then why are you doing it?
Exactly, I don't know.
Okay. So
You
this
know
is
what I
we
like?
need to get
Actually,
to.
you know what
Yeah.
I like?
Yeah.
Writing a good song, and then when it's finished, I like listening to it.
Okay.
I like seeing who likes it.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. So tying it back into the dinner party thing, because I think it's really relevant. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
we got a swimsuit in it? Swimsuit inside? Hello?
Terima kasih. So I think coming back to the dinner party idea, because I think there's a fantastic case study.
But
you
that's-
just said,
But is the dinner party only emerged because it's
you're trialing by
difficult
fire.
to
You're trialing by fire.
release? Like,
Yeah.
I want it to be on the radio. Nothing's going to be on the radio anymore. So what
Is
have
that
we
why you
resort-
want to do it?
Is the future of music dinner parties, little social gatherings with
Yes.
musicians, traveling
Yes.
minstrels?
Yes.
You
I
think so?
Totally think so.
And
I
if so,
100% think so.
Is that better for
Yes.
music because there's more of it?
Yeah, well, it's harder to do for starters.
Then
all
how do you
the
make
kids
money?
are
If you don't
scrolling,
make
they're not
money
paying.
from it, then how do you do it?
You there's always a way to make money.
It's a rich person's thing only.
No, I don't think so. I think it'll actually go back to whoever makes the best music, and that they can have money or not.
And then word of mouth spreads it.
Yeah. And I think
The story maybe follows it around on YouTube because you've got the video, and then you know that person's real.
yeah, and then just coming full circle back to the dinner party, whether it's YouTube or becoming a famous rock star, traveling minstrel, whatever, it's like you just said that you want to play. Sometimes you like making a piece of music so you can listen to it, but then you also earlier said that you would like it for other people to listen to it and enjoy it, like yourself. The best
Or
way to
critique
do
it,
that,
yeah.
the best way to do that is trialing by fire at a dinner party. Because what you could do, for example, my suggestion would be to every week have a dinner party where you perform a new song or a new set of songs, because now you can write 10 on Suno with a guitar. You perform them, and the ones that people either stay or go closer to are the ones that you release.
This is what I've been listening to on Rogan when he talks about stand-up.
Yeah.
Unlike music, where you listen to a song and that's kind of you listen to the song, stand-up is an extremely immediate. Either they're laughing or they're not at the bits that you've done.
Mm-hmm.
So they go touring around America into the little clubs, testing out their jokes.
It's exactly the same
Then they
thing.
create the big Netflix show of the best jokes.
Exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. It's like learning how to.
Well, it's nice that it forces people to come together as a community around music.
It's fun. It's fun. It's a great way to I want to do it. Tell me when it is. I'll be here 100%.
We'll do it before you leave.
Yeah.
We'll have a music evening.
I'm gonna send you the date. You can all come. You're all invited.
That is that.